12 Forbidden Foods for Gastritis, Heartburn, and Gastroesophageal Reflux. Avoid these 12 foods if you do not want to have heartburn or reflux. If you have already tried various home remedies for gastritis, you have already tried medicines, and you have not had any definitive effect, and you have very strong pain above the navel after you eat, these are 12 foods that could be the guilty ones. But before, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and activate notifications to keep up to date with our updates. Number 1. Avoid hot sauces, chamoy sauce, and chili powder. Avoid eating fried foods such as chips, churros, and popcorn with sauce. These are terrible for gastritis. Chamoy is considered a candy, composed of lemon chili and salt, but over time some chemicals were added to keep it on the shelf for as long as possible. That's where it begins to damage the digestive system. The product currently has many preservatives, flavorings, and coloring, especially to give it that striking red color. They add a very artificial coloring that damages our stomach's digestive system, especially the gastric mucosa. Consuming spicy stimulates the release of endorphin substances in the brain that produce the sensation of pleasure, but consuming it in excess could cause gastritis and, in some cases, gastric ulcers. Spicy foods do not cause gastritis by themselves, but it literally worsens it. Is as if we were adding gasoline to the fire. If you are going to eat spicy foods, and do not have gastritis, do it in moderation. Number 2. Avoid foods that contain animal meat. Especially red meat needs the secretion of many gastric juices to digest and is loaded with lactic acid, so you should limit their intake and opt for white meat from birds and fish. This reaction has been demonstrated for a long time, even in experimental models. Number 3. Avoid juices. Citrus is acidic and irritating, and in the case of juices and sodas, they are too sugary. If you suffer from gastritis, change your soda for unsweetened green tea and orange juice for apple nectar reduced in sugar. To carbonated drinks, generally, turn your back on them as they aggravate symptoms and have no nutritional value. Number 4. Avoid coffee. Before 𝗁𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗀 was known to cause peptic ulcers, coffee was blamed for the development of ulcers. This is a belief that is still very valid in many people, but from a medical point of view is no longer true. However, we must not forget that coffee is an irritating drink to the digestive system and can cause gastroesophageal reflux and heartburn. It also increases the production of acid in our stomach, which is why it is a drink specifically not recommended or advised in case of gastritis. That is to say, although it is true that coffee does not cause peptic ulcers and has no influence on its development. Number 5. Avoid fried foods. Fried foods and cakes are very delicious foods that we would like to eat every day, but unfortunately, they are also a direct path to obesity. And apart from that, did you know that they aggravate the symptoms of gastritis? As they are very greasy, they are heavy for your system, and they are not easy to digest. Some animal studies have found that consuming greasy or high cholesterol foods for 3 to 4 months may be enough to cause gastritis. Number 6. Excessive alcoholic beverages. Alcohol is very irritating for the stomach. It worsens the symptoms of gastritis. If you are not going to avoid it completely, at least take it along with your meals. Remember that consuming alcohol frequently is one of the main risk factors of stomach cancer. Number 7. Avoid derivatives of milk and soy. Some people are intolerant to milk or soy. This intolerance can range from an allergic reaction to an episode of gastritis, being more common in children than in adults. When you have gastritis, it is better to limit the consumption of whole milk derivatives such as cheese, milkshakes, and chocolate, as well as soy products and their derivatives such as soy milk and tofu. Number 8. Avoid concentrated sweets. Refined sugar can influence the motility and persistence of 𝗁𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗀 in the digestive tract. Concentrated sweets such as honey, jam, and chocolate can be fatal for heartburn and acidity. Sugar is considered an acidic food because of the type of reactions it causes in the stomach. Donut or sugar-laden ice cream can cause heartburn and heartburn. Number 9. Vinegar. Vinegar is a seasoning that is frequently used for commercial sauces and pickles. The problem is that when it is combined with sugar or seasonings, it becomes much more irritating. Number 10. Chocolate. Chocolate is not bad for gastritis. The problem is that commercial presentations contain more fat, sugar, and milk than chocolate. If you are a chocolate lover, consume it in moderation. Artisan and dark chocolate have an important participation in the reflow. Number 11. Avoid junk food and processed foods. There are thousands of reasons for you to stay away from them, regardless of whether you suffer from gastritis. Their nutritional value is minimal, and they are full of saturated fats, sugars, and refined flour. It does not mean that you are never allowed to eat a pizza or a hamburger. Only avoid fast food places. Prepare it yourself or order them in traditional restaurants, to avoid heartburn and reflux. Number 12. Avoid excess citrus fruit. You should avoid eating too much citrus fruit, such as grapefruit and orange. For some people, there is no forbidden fruit if they have gastritis, but for other people, citrus fruit causes a lot of acidity. If eating any citrus fruit causes gastritis, avoid what is prohibited. In gastritis are orange juice and any other juice fruit. We hope this video has been useful. If you have something to add, please share it with us in the comments section. Like this video and send the link to your family and friends, so they also know what foods they should not eat if they suffer from gastritis, heartburn, or reflux. If you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe. Remember, life is always better if you take care of your health.